Horizon League play. We've got a huge showdown today in the Summit City. Good afternoon from the Allen County War Memorial Coliseum side of today's Horizon League men's basketball matchup on ESPN+.
Pleased to be joined alongside Kyle Neddenrip. Indy Star Preps writer, does a phenomenal job covering high school sports around the area. Kyle, I know you had this game circled on your calendar. What are your thoughts so far in the first half?
Roberts nearly comes down with the steal. Dutton does. Roberts the other way. The windmill jam to go with it.
Evans, far post, over the net! And the Duns finally on the board.
10 to go on the shot clock. Kick out. Godfrey, 4-3. Yes! That ties the record for John Conchar. Godfrey just 1 point away from breaking it.
Around the perimeter, Freeman with a big-time triple. The silencer, the dagger. Freeman extends the lead to 9.
Powell, here comes the blitz. Now he's looking downfield, has his man wide open in stride. Khalil Howard, he's gonna walk into the end zone. A 74-yard touchdown.
So any foul from here on out in this half will put the Dons in the bonus. Aaron Davis with possession now as he hands off to Nate Jenkins. So we said a lot of new faces with this Green Bay team, trying to get things rolling offensively. Corner three is up, too strong. Fight for the ball, and Desjardins comes up with a rebound.
That's right there what you want if you're Purdue Fort Wayne, and look how fast they got that ball down. Now watch, great defense there by Green Bay, but that's what you want if you're Purdue Fort Wayne. Get that ball out. You don't want that turnover, but...
Both teams trading steals as Godfrey draws the foul. Looks like that's going to go against Jenkins. But now we're starting to see that pace pick up a little bit, Gibby, because at this point, Green Bay, they were sort of slowing this game down to a crawl, not unlike what you would see Will Ryan's father do during his days at Wisconsin.
No, you're exactly right there. So this interesting call that, you know, these Green Bay staff isn't happy. They thought Godfrey kind of pushed off with that off arm and caused their defender to get misplaced.
Godfrey makes the front end of a 1-and-1. On the season, one of the best free throw shooters in the country, 93% from the stripe. He and Bobby Planutis have been pretty much cash from the charity stripe. Thank goodness the announcer's jinx didn't kick in there. That's always in the back of my head. Godfrey goes 2 of 2, and the Dons enjoying their largest lead of the game. Tucker, feed inside to Meyer, backdoor pass again, and Garen Davis is able to bank it home. Second time we've seen that tonight, and it's paid off.
Yeah, it's not like they're doing anything special that Purdue Fort Wayne hasn't been prepared for to guard, but they're playing extremely hard, Green Bay.
JoJo Peterson with a wide look underneath. He can't convert, and a foul to go with it against the Dons. That will go against Peterson. That is Peterson's first personal 15th foul for the Dons, as Anthony Roberts and Rob Petty get set to check back in. So Green Bay with a chance to tie or take the lead on this upcoming possession. We mentioned turnovers, a key portion to success for Green Bay. Only 4 turnovers so far for the Phoenix. Keep in mind, this is one of the worst teams at giving up the ball in the Horizon League. Meyer has to kick it back out. Davis being guarded by Godfrey. Davis spinning in the lane, finishes through the double team, and we're tied once again. Back and forth we go. On the other end, Shankui answers with a tough runner and gives the Dons the lead right back. 3 lead changes, 3 times this game has been tied. Jenkins now being guarded by Shankui midway through the shot clock. a traveling violation on Cummings. And Cummings in disbelief that time. 5th turnover on Green Bay. Keep in mind, Kibbe, a lot of these turnovers for Green Bay throughout the season, a lot of them have been unforced, and that's really the first time we've seen one of those unforced errors.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate because that call could go either way, really, Josh. I mean, that's kind of just what officials kind of feel when they're looking at it could be. And I didn't think he traveled as a long step, but that's why I don't officiate.
Well, that was almost a near giveaway that time. Officials, the Green Bay bench pleading that Planutis was out of bounds when he threw that off the leg of a Phoenix player. Kind of tough to tell from our vantage point. We had the entire Green Bay bench standing right in front of us.
Yeah, there's an official. 2 of them really right there looking at it, so.
It doesn't help that I'm really vertically challenged too. Kind of a disadvantage for me. 3 to go on the shot clock. Chunqui down the lane. Can't finish. Penny, offensive board, still fighting for the loose ball, and Roberts comes away with it. Under 4 minutes to go. Planutis with a screen from Penny. Down the lane, can't finish. Penny puts it back up and in and draws the foul.
Lawrence North's offense still needs to get things clicking.
Still struggling a little bit here.
Handoff to Ollie Richardson. Good first down carry, getting half the yards needed to the 40.
Still trying to establish that run, and that's a great call on first down to pick up 5, as you mentioned, 4 or 5.
Time not an issue yet for Lawrence North, only down by 2 scores and still have 8 minutes to work with, plus the 4th quarter.
No time to panic, like you're mentioning here.
Handoff again to Richardson. With blockers in front of him, and he's down into Warren Central territory. Ollie Richardson starting to heat up for this Lawrence North offense.
I like it, taking the time, taking what the defense gives him and moving the ball down the field. Another first down.
16-yard gain that time for Richardson. Only 4 first half first downs for Lawrence North. They've already got 2 in this 3rd quarter.
I'd still like to see Cooper touch the ball from time to time.
First down, over to Richardson. Stops, cuts back, and look at him trucking his legs once again, turning what could have been a loss into a 4-yard gain.
Absolutely. I thought he was actually stopped there. But he, again, you keep your legs moving and positive things happen there.
And you see the non-stop motor from Richardson throughout the course of this game. Darryl, we mentioned a couple weeks ago for Lawrence North, they use a loaf system to keep track of plays, or to keep track of players who take plays off. As Richardson gets the first down carry and almost another first down. He is right at the sticks. But Darryl, to go back to my point, Ollie Richardson to this point, no loafs.
No loaf. Loaf system.
Very similar to what Matt Eberflus does with the Indianapolis Colts, if you follow that team. Gain of 11 for Richardson. Here comes Richardson again. Lawrence North's offense continuing to run through him, but this time Warren Central's defense teams up to make the stop. Sterling Smith, Sean Pennington are a few of the guys to make the stop that time.
Stopped him right there just short of the line of scrimmage and just stretched him out until he went out of bounds there.
Actually, no gain on that play. 2nd and 10. Clock continuing to run with just under 6 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter.
And seems to be committed to the run.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Here comes Richardson again up the middle. Actually, Jones out in the flat fooled everyone, including yours truly. Here comes Omar Cooper with a reception, and Cooper is down inside the 10-yard line for a 1st and goal.
I tell you what, actually great play call there. I think they caught Warren Central looking for the run and got Cooper out there in the flat open there. Moved the ball down the field. Great call.
Ball will be marked at the 9-yard line. Officially a gain of 27 for Omar Cooper. Only his second catch of the night, but a big one. Here comes Lawrence North knocking on the door once again. The last time they were in the red zone, they turned it over on downs. The Wildcats with an opportunity to cut into this deficit and make it a one-possession game. Right now we have a sideline warning assessed against Warren Central. No penalty. And now we'll reset. First and goal from the 9. Handoff to Ollie Richardson with space in front of him, and he dives for the goal line. Ollie Richardson has got himself a Lawrence North touchdown.
So we've got Rodrigo Parafita set to take this corner kick, first of the night for either side. And a bunch of blue kits huddled up around the 18. Parafita, nice service, punched away by Jordan Jaeger, but not out of danger yet as Seth Antwi has possession. And Antwi will clips his opponent and gets called for a foul.
Yeah, came in there somewhat awkwardly and rightfully so, draws a whistle.
So going back to that last match against the Dayton Dutch Lions, again, a little troublesome. It was scoreless after the first half, and Dayton towards the bottom of those Valley Division standings. But Fort Wayne was finally able to crack the scoreboard thanks to a penalty kick from Sebastian Chalbut. And then Heis Hovius towards the end of the match, providing some insurance. Joe Quadio unable to, not the best first touch, and a throw-in for Toledo. Wilson sweeps it away, and Toledo will reset with a throw-in. When talking to head coach Matt Johnson yesterday leading up to this match, we asked him, what the biggest strength of his team was, and coincidentally, very similar to Fort Wayne FC's strength, and that would be possession themselves. So a bit of a conflict between two styles here. Which side is going to do a better job of possessing and dictating the game on their terms tonight? Mensa along the touchline. Here comes Daw. Switching it up to Nasser. Nasser, some fancy footwork.
Yeah, you can see why he's lighting up the back of the net this season.
Now play back, some space to work with. Nasser, the cross, and easily hauled in by Wilson.
Tell you what, though, just watching the movements of Da there off the ball, a really imposing, dangerous figure and target for Toledo there as they attack the Fort Wayne goal. I think that's going to be an issue all afternoon.
Well, how about the great individual defense? Look like Parafita, Casas, Sprode, all that right side of the defense back there to help protect against Nasser. Mensa loses control. Here comes Quadio along the touchline. Quadio, nice throw ball. Hovius giving chase, and he's tackled from behind. No foul is called, though, and it'll just be a throw-in for Fort Wayne.
Lovely little lead pass there, coming down that left flank.
You said it, Ken. But no foul called that time. Fort Wayne just has to settle to reset possession. Here's Abramson. Back to Sproat. Sproat with just one goal all season, and it was a pretty big one as he feeds it ahead, but Jaeger collects it. Another aspect of Fort Wayne FC's game that they really have been strung at this season has been ball pressure. We've seen it a couple of times already, including right here. Here comes Quadio. Quadio, nice move, and Rose has to sweep that away. We've got another corner kick on deck.
No, you're right, Josh. They've really improved that ability to keep that pressure up high. And, it makes perfect sense if you can win possession and take over in that attacking half rather than working your way all the way back forward, all the better. So I appreciate that mentality and philosophy of high pressure.
Abramson, the man to take this corner kick. High arcing ball, header, back of the net, and it's Reed Sprout, the hometown hero, that puts Fort Wayne on the board.
Yeah, that's just what we were talking about. It puts
an absolute dogfight tonight between St. Francis and Taylor. St. Francis trying to close the gap between the top teams in the Crossroads League and prove that they belong in the conversation. And that time, another block on the part of Eliana Serdinsky and Hayden Carrico. St. Francis 6 points away. St. Francis trying to extend their winning streak to 4 matches. They have been able to dominate over Goshen, Bethel, and Grace. Cerniak able to keep that in bounds. She has been an absolute menace offensively for Taylor. Now Nikki Parrott is back in as Cerniak takes a seat. Still a 5-point lead for the Cougars. We saw this at the end of set 1. Some struggles with the ability to close out. Can the Cougars learn from their first mistake? An error on the part of Taylor. And the points going to the Cougars. 20-14 is the lead. Again, as we saw at the end of set 1, St. Francis was in front 21-18. Then they found themselves down 21-24, but the Cougars able to bounce back with 5 straight points to take set number 1. Fry can't get that through the double team. St. Francis able to bounce back. Schaefer sends that well over the line, and it's back to a 5-point game. Goldschmeding will come in for Fort Camp, while Ware will take a seat, and it looks like Fry will be the one to check in. Another pause as Taylor has some more sweat to clean up. And again, the common theme, you haven't really seen this on the part of the St. Francis side. A decent crowd tonight. Don't really see it from this vantage point, but a lot of fans lined up towards the scoreboard side. A lot of Taylor fans making the hour drive from Upland as Carrico sends it over to the Taylor side. Trojans scrambling. Flagel able to bring it down. Sparks down the middle to Carrico. Trojans looking to respond with Faulkner. That one high off the beam. And as a reminder, if the ball bounces off any part of the ceiling, it is still a live ball. So the ball bouncing off the beam, and St. Francis was unable to recompose themselves. Schaefer, however, hits that out of bounds. That one hit the pole before it hit the double team, and again, we're seeing Taylor able to respond in the latter portion when trailing in a set. Cougars 5 away. And Fort Camp just has to get that over. Almost a miscue on the Taylor side. Here comes Faulkner. And Sparks setting up Carrico with some finesse. Great effort from Fort Camp. Schaefer able to get it back over. More tapping back and forth towards the net. Faulkner now with some power. Big point. Can Fort Camp keep it in? She can't. And that one ruled a carry. It's now a 2-point lead. Taylor trying to will themselves back in. They don't want to go. They don't want this to go to 5. Serdinsky, however, has other plans in mind. An excellent kill. Serdinsky, just an absolute wrecking ball, up to 11 kills now. Some more subs as Grace Aramia checks in for Taylor. And Kylie Top will send this over. Faulkner with a rocket that time. No one in the area of the defense. And the Cougars just trying to crawl themselves through the finish line at this point. Timeout on the floor for a moment. Now we've got some sweat to clean up on the St. Francis side. Probably the first time we've seen that tonight. Maybe a version of trying to ice the server. Nonetheless, here comes Flagel for Taylor. Camp from the back row. Sparks. And another infraction from Sparks. Double hit. Error that time. The lead down to 1. St. Francis needs to win this set, or Taylor can take it in 4. Schaefer gets it through the double team. Great move on the part of Dunsmore, but Schaefer able to get it back over. Dunsmore deflected out of bounds, and it's tied at 21. Timeout, St. Francis.